Oh my, that was really weird. Hopefully it looked right on your thing. I think I made my computer do a little too much tonight. See my cute little background? I got to playing around with it. I'm only doing it on this screen. I may not do that again because I think it started glitching up the countdown, but I'm here. Oh, hi, Becky. Glad you're here. Marva and Crystal and Robin. Glad you guys are here. Okay, looks like there's some more people coming on. The number's creeping up a little bit. If it starts glitching, I'll make it go back to the norm. I thought I'd try something different. Got to play around there. Oh, I forgot it's got neat backgrounds. But don't worry, I will definitely not do this when I'm making the cards because we need a full screen for that so you can see what I'm doing. Well, hi, Marlene. Glad you're here. Okay, tonight I'm going to be teaching you guys a new fun fold. It's called the Cascading Pleats fun fold. I actually made one. It would have been, it's probably been all over a month. That crop that Robin and I went to last month, I made it. I was going to do it for my 12 weeks of fall and Halloween, got behind with that again. We'll see if I do that next year. I can't seem to get those done for some reason. I did get all the Halloween ones. I just didn't get any fall ones. So I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and make that card again. And I'm going to use a different stamp set for the live, and I'll still show you that fall card because nobody has seen that one yet. Hi, Judy. Glad you could make it. Okay. I think we'll go ahead and get started. I'm going to be showing you some other cards too, since I'm only making one card tonight. Since that seasonal sale is going on right now, if you hadn't heard about that, I'll let you know about here in just a second. I wanted to show you some cards that I've made in the past. Some of them you guys have already seen. Those of you that watch my card class at homes every week, and also back when I did them every week, and then also some of my clubs.
cards that they were all using bundles and DSP. That's designer series paper that's on sale right now. So right now you can get all of the Stampin' Up ink pads for 10% off. Some of them are already, well, I think they've only got one sold out. I just noticed they're a bunch on low inventory right now. All of our Stampin' Up cardstock is also at 10% off. So you want to make sure you stock up, and it ends tomorrow. So tomorrow, it started yesterday. It's just a 3-day sale. So it's a really good deal, but you have until 11:59 p.m. Mountain Time to get your order placed. Make sure you can see my little host code there on the screen. Make sure that you use that if you order through me. That way you can earn some thank you gifts from me. And I'll tell you about that here in just a minute. I forgot to bring my thank you gifts over, but I'll have a little picture pop up. Also, there's some links that you can go to my thank you gift page and see what all I'm giving away. So I'm even giving you some bonus things during the sale if you place your order by the end of the day, by 11:59 p.m. Mountain Time tomorrow night. Okay, so, I also forgot the DSP, the Designer Series paper is 20% off, and all the bundles in the annual catalog are an additional 10% off. They're always 10% off buying the stamp set and dies separately, or the punch and the stamp set separately. You always save 10%. Now you're going to save a total of 20%. So it's an additional 10% off. So that's another good deal. So all of those stamp set / die bundles and all the stamp set / punch bundles. Also the ones that include, like an embossing folder, the hybrid embossing folders, those are also part of the bundle sale too. So make sure you check that out. While I'm talking about links, when you're watching on Facebook, click the Learn More button, and all the links will pop up there. And I think what I'll do, I just thought of this. I hadn't thought of this before. I made an events page for this live on my Facebook page. As soon as this video is over, I'll go to it and I'll put the direct link to the seasonal sale there on the events page. So you can go back to that events page and find it. Also put in the comments down below the live too, so you can find those. So I can do it that way. But all the others, like my thank you gifts page, my online store, my monthly online card club, all those are on that Learn More button at the top of my Create with Christy page. So just click on that and you'll see them all right there. If you're watching on YouTube, it's a little easier. Just look down that video description below the video. Sometimes that's a little harder to find on a phone or tablet. I know it's directly below on, tablet, yeah, directly below on my laptop. Phone and tablet, sometimes it's a little harder to find. But just click, so you might start to see a little bit of a description, then you have to click more and you'll see the whole thing and you'll see all of the links there. Okay, looks like I got a couple more people. Oh, nope, Judy was just putting hashtag door price. So speaking hashtag door price, we can go ahead. I'll go ahead and get the door price things out of the way, and then I'll show you these extra cards, and then I'll make the fun fold card. Because I know the fun fold card won't take too long. It looks a little more intimidating than what it really is, but it's a fun card. So I'm going to go ahead and switch down to here. There we go. And this is the door prize from last week. That was for everybody that watched live and the replay that did hashtag door prize. The rules on my door prizes, you have to live in the United States. And then if you do want to be in the drawing, make sure you do hashtag door prize. Type it in just like you see there in between the quotes. Let me get my finger down there, right down there. You don't want to don't do the quotes, but just do the hashtag door prize. You can see some people have already done that already on both Facebook and YouTube. They've all typed it in just right. So just you can see how they typed it in, and that's how you type it in. And you'll get put in the drawing for one of the cards I'm making here tonight. And I'll show you those here in just a minute. So this is what was for the live and the replay. So I'm going to go ahead and get that door prize wheel up. Okay. Oh, it's doing that stupid. I do not know why it's doing this. It didn't used to pop those ads up, but it is anymore. Okay, let's see who's going to win here. Pencil. Ooh, I think this is a new one. Hopefully I said your last name right. Congratulations. I know for a fact I don't have your address. I don't remember your name. I'm glad you won. Love it when somebody new wins. I love it when my regulars win too, but I love it when somebody new wins too. So Sue, if you're watching on YouTube, just look down the video description and click the contact me link and then give me your mailing address and I'll get it mailed out to you. If you're watching on Facebook, just message me there from my page, your address. Okay. Well, let's see if I can get this to work. Everything's going a little slow. Congratulations, Sue. I'm glad you won. I think if I stop sharing this, we'll be good. There we go. Things should start working better. That did a little glitch, but you probably saw it too, but I think we're good now. Okay. So that is that door prize. I will hurry up and, well, I don't want to show you the cards just yet. You'll see the door prizes for tonight here in a minute. Like I said, it will be the cards. The card I'm making tonight, I think it's the one I will give away for everybody that watches live here tonight. Now, tonight, those are watching live, you definitely have to type it in just right because a program in my live software is what will determine who wins. It pulls everybody's comments, says hashtag door prize, and picks the winner. And we'll do that here at the end of the live. Those of you watching the replay, it's okay if it's not typed in just right because I'm the one that puts everybody's names in that wheel I just popped up a little bit ago. And that one will be for the fall card I made using the same fun fold, and I'll be showing you that here too. Okay. I thought we'd do something just a little different since we're having this sale, because I know some of you are probably like, well, I haven't looked at the annual catalog because I don't know if I said that. The seasonal sales, only things that are in the annual catalog. So I want to make sure you knew about that. Let's see. I think I saw some new names pop up. Judy Welsh, I'm glad you're here. Nicole Harris. Hi, Shirley. Okay, now, Shirley, I just saw how you put door prize. Make sure you type it in just like, here, let me switch thing here. Make sure you type it in just like you see there on the screen, hashtag door prize with no space, all small letters, because the program will only pull it up if you type it in just right. So you'll want to type that in one more time if you want to get in on the door prize. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, hi, Polly. Glad you're here. All right. So I'm going to show you guys some cards. So let me switch again. And I'll go ahead and keep that door prize up just to, for those of you that just came on. But like I said, with the sale, bundles are a total of 20% off. They're normally 10% off. You'll get an additional 10. All Stampin' Up cardstock is 10% off. All the inks, that include Stampin' Up inks, that is. That includes our classic ink pads, our markers. I saw the Stampin' Right markers. I think 2 of the sets are unavailable right now. And then another one is on low inventory. So you want to make sure you place your order real quick, because if something sells out during the sale, it won't be available anymore during the sale. They'll get more, but not in time for the sale. Stampin' Blends are also on sale. So if you haven't stocked up on any Stampin' Blends, this is a good time to do it because that's a 10% off too. So that does save you a little bit of money. And then, like I said, DSP from the annual catalog is also 20% off. Okay, I think I named off everything. So I'm going to show you guys some cards. Let me get this little stack here first. This is the Adventurous Sky Bundle. And it's also the paper that goes along with it. I think it's Take to the Sky, Take something like that. Let me look that up. I've got my little catalog here. Take to the Sky, I was right. So the DSP is Take to the Sky. It's a really neat masculine paper, you can tell by looking at the clouds. And this is the DSP right here. This is a 12 by 12 pack, so that's 10% or 20% off. And this bundle that made these planes are also, that is 10%, an extra 10% off, so 20% altogether. Then the sketched butterflies. I did this in a class once. So this is the Unbounded Love DSP that I used in this class. And this is the sketched butterflies bundle. So those are things on sale. And, I also used some Stampin' Blends. So that was with ink and ink pads. So yeah, there's just a lot of good staples that are on sale right now. So if you need to stock up, do it real quick. This is the Layering Beauties bundle, I do believe. It comes with the decorative masks that color the flowers in. So that one I colored them in with those masks, which is a lot of fun. And I actually shared another card. If you go to my Facebook page, I did a bunch of cards. Some of them I'm showing you here tonight. I think this was one of them. I showed a few in a post there so people could see different card ideas so they could decide what bundles they might want to get. Let's see, I've got another stack here. This one's a little bigger stack. Let's see, then there's this one. Oh, this one I'm going to forget the name. This was in a, it was one of my clubs, and one of these, I think this was just a fun fold I did, I do believe. Oh, but what is this one called? This one is, it's in a suite. I think it's not Thoughtful Wishes. What is this one called? Oh, I was close. It is Thoughtful Wishes bundle. I amaze myself sometimes. And the DSP is called Thoughtful Journey. And that's what these, I love this paper. Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. So that paper's on sale. And also this shiny paper that you see right here, it's called Thoughtful Designs. And it's got some shiny silver, I think, is in that. So it's a specialty paper. So that's also 10% off. So that's Thoughtful Wishes bundle with its DSP. Here is Round We Go. And I used DSP, I think it's called Danny Designs. It's in the clearance rack. It's not part of the sale, but it is not marked down because of the being on the clearance rack. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of, let's see, this one right now. There we go. And I'm going to pop up my post code. That doesn't take as much room. There we go. Now you can see the cards a lot better. So that's the Round We Go. I had a lot of fun making these. It makes little pinwheels with the dies in the bundle, and this got some really neat stamps with it. Well, hi, Becky and Lynn. I'm glad you guys are here. And trying to do this. Let's see. Oh, the Seaside Wishes. I love this bundle. This has been a popular bundle. So if you don't have this, you might want to get it. This is also in the annual catalog. Now, the Country Woods DSP I just saw is not available. So that one you won't be able to get right now. It's sold out already. But there's that. Then we've got this one. Oh, now this one I cannot remember the name. This one I did in a club. I love the flower images. The dies go with it. It is, it's a good thing I've got my annual catalog here. Wildflower Designs is the name of the bundle. And then we've got the Wildly Flowering DSP. So that's what you're seeing here. Beautiful paper. So those are things that are on sale, plus the ink pads I used and the Stampin' Blends. So there's some more ideas. Because sometimes when you look at a bundle, you're like, oh, I don't know if I want that. But if you see some cards made with it, sometimes it helps. Okay. This one is the Inspiring Snapdragon. There we go. And that's a bundle in the mini. And I think the paper is called Full of Life. The DSP you see on there. Let me make sure I'm thinking right. A lot of these are in suites, so they're all together so I can find it easier. Yeah, Full of Life DSP. So that's why I use these bright colors. So there's that. Got a few more and then we'll be done and I'll start making the card here tonight. Then we've got these. This is Flowering Beauty, or Flowers of Beauty. And then the Unbounded Love DSP again. I love the colors. These have all the new in colors. So the in color ink pads and markers are also on sale. So if you haven't gotten any of the new in colors, well, they're not technically new anymore, but the ones that came out in May, you can get those at the discount too. Okay, few more to show off, and then I am done. These are all from the Country Woods suite. That's the Country Birdhouse bundle. And I used the Country Lace DSP on this one, and that is available right now. And then I did some of the wood, like the wood one here, that one, and the wood here is not, that's that Country Woods. That's the one that's not available right now. But the Country Lace one in that suite is. And then the other bundle in that suite is Country Flowers, I think. And I used the Country Lace and the wood one on that one too. So that was another class I did a few months ago. And then the last but not least, the Mediterranean Blooms, I do believe this. I'll double check and make sure I'm right. This was a club I did last summer. And that's also the DSP that goes along, that's in that suite. Let me look that up real quick, make sure I remember the name right. Oh, one more page. There we go. The paper is Mediterranean Blooms. The bundle is called Citrus Blooms. So these two, this one was die cut with the dies out of the paper. This one I had to fussy cut because there's not a die for the lemons. But these I colored in with blends and from the stamp set and die cut them. So those are all the cards, extra cards I thought I'd show you real quick. Have a little introduction for our live video today. So hope you enjoyed looking at those. But if you want to see everything that's on sale, just click that seasonal sale link down the video description. And on Facebook, I will make sure I put that in the comment section of this video and also on the events page. That might be a little easier to find it there. I'll put it in the discussion there. Okay, now it's time to make a fun fold card. This is going to be called the, what was it? Cascading Pleats. I'm going to be using, let me show you the bundle I'm using, because this one is also on sale. This is the Charming Duck Pond. And I'm also going to be using the DSP in the bundle. So I thought I'd show you the bundle real quick. Oh, thanks, Myra. I'm glad you like the cards. So here, and guys, let me know if there's any glitches or anything, because I know last week a couple of you said I stopped a little bit, and we had some rain today, and sometimes that affects the internet. So hopefully we won't have a problem here today. But here is, so there's the bundle. I love all of the dies in it. This is another fun one to do. Now the bundle is normally $46.75, so take another 10% off of that, and that's what you'd pay. And then with the this paper is called Lily Pond Lane. It's a 6x6 pack. Now this is one I'm going to be using here on the card. It's got some cute little things, and then there's this one, but this is the side I'll be using. I'm going to put that over to the side because I need that piece. Then we've got this one, got some cute ducks there. So it just makes the whole scene, and you can cut this up. I'll be showing you that on that one that I did, that I just took away, because I'll be using that on a couple things on the card. This one, and it die cut, some of the dies actually die cut. This one will die cut this one. And this one die cuts this one. And there's even a little one, and I'm going to leave these out because I'm going to need these three. Die cuts the little guy also. But I'm going to put those aside because I need those for the card I'm getting ready to make. I'll just go ahead and take them all out. I need the die for this one right here. And I do believe, yep, those are all the dies I'm going to need from the bundle. So I'm going to get these out of the way. Then we've got this one. I think that one's pretty. It's got those lily flowers you see on lily pads. And this one. I guess those are koi fish, maybe? I think that might be what those are. That one's a little hard to tell. It's like a texture, peach pie color. Then we've got this one. I don't know, remember all the colors by doing. There's Bashful Blue, Granny Apple Green, Peach Pie, Pretty in Pink, Gray Granite. Can't remember if I said in Balmy Blue. I think I said that one already. That might be all the colors. I'm not sure. Oh, Pretty Peacock. There's the other one. I knew I was forgetting something. There's a neat one there. Kind of bring it a little closer so you can see it better. And I am using this one too on the card. Gray Granite. That kind of looks like a, what am I thinking of? A countertop or something. Well, or the stuff you put on, some people put on their garage floors, the cement. Can't remember what that's called. Tip of my tongue. There's that. And this has some pretty flowers. So I thought I'd show you the paper because sometimes it's hard to see in the catalog. There's this one. That's got some flowers on it. And this one, you can also die cut a couple of the ducks too. This one, I do believe that might be the only one. Let me make sure that is, I think that's one that can be die cut. Nope, I don't think, none of those can be die cut. So it's just that one sheet, but they can be fussy cut it out. Okay. So that is that Lily Pond Lane DSP. Okay, so I'll put that to the side. Now I'm going to start making this card. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do the base first because it's a lot easier to make the base. And this is the fun fold part. And I will put all the dimensions and stuff on the blog post, which will probably come out tomorrow or Saturday, probably Saturday. I'll get that up on my blog post. I'll put a link to it in the video description below on YouTube. I won't be able to do it on Facebook. I'll try to make a post and give you that information on Facebook. But if you don't see it, then go to my YouTube channel and find this video on my, I think it's going to be under my annual catalog. What I need to do, you could look at the one that says past live streams. I think there's a section there too, and you can find it there. It'll be one of the first videos on there. So you needed either the trimmer or the Simply Scored scoring tool. This is a piece of peach pie. It is 9.5 by 4.25. And when you use this, if you have our trimmer, the dark one, a lot of you probably already know this, the dark one is the cutting blade, and this is the scoring blade. And I'm going to need to get this arm out. There we go, so I can get all the scoring done. The first one, you want to make sure the 9.5-inch side is along the top. You're going to score this at 5.5 first. So there's 5, and they're easy measurements to remember. They're all just an inch apart. So it's 5.5. And when you use the trimmer, you do it a few times, putting a little pressure in it so you can get a nice, good scoring score in there. With the Simply Scored scoring tool, usually just going down one time, you're fine. Then I'm going to go to the 6.5-inch mark, 7.5, and 8.5. So those are the real easy score lines. The next two take a little more thinking, but still not bad. So you're going to rotate it, making sure that the score lines here that I just did are on the top. So you want the 4.25-inch side with the score lines on top. I need to make a score line that's 3/4 inch, and it stops on the third line here. So I'm going 1, 2, 3. Actually, that's also the 3-inch mark. So I'm going to line this up at 3/4. Okay. See if I can do this with my camera in the way. Make sure it's straight. And then there are little lines right here. It's going to help me be able to see that the blade or the scoring blade is, that's where it lets me know where the scoring blade is. So I'm going to go all the way down to this third line, which is also at the 3-inch mark. Stop right when I get there. Go up. I think I'll do it one more time. Stop at that third score line. Now I'm going to go to 1.5 inches over here. And now I just stop at the very first one. So I'm at the 1-inch mark. So here that line here's right here lined up with the score line and the 1-inch. And I'll do it one more time just to make sure I got it scored good. So hopefully you can see that. This one stopped at the third one, and this one stopped at the first one. So that's all the scoring. Oh, hi, Anne. Glad you could make it. And Louisa, glad you're here. Good evening. Okay, so there is how you do the scoring. Now we're going to do a little cutting. So I'm going to grab my paper snips. You could use the cutter too, but I think it's a little easier to do it with your scissors. I'm going to go down to this one, the last one I just did. This was at the 1.5-inch mark, the short one. I'm going to cut on that score line and stop right there at that first score line. It's actually where that score line stops too. So right where this one intersects, that's where I'm going to stop. Now I'm going to cut from here diagonal up to there where those two score lines intersect. Okay. I'm going to take this, angle my scissors so they're pointing right to that intersection of the score lines. There we go. You can kind of see what that looks like. Then then there's one more little short straight line here that's left. Let's see if you can see that. Right. Oh, there we go, right there. And I'm going to stop at this intersecting score line right there. And then there's one last score line right here. So I'm going to go diagonal up to it. So where the edge of the card base is and that score line, that's where I'm going to end that cut. So angle this up there to that top of that score line. So I'm actually cutting that section off. So that's what it's going to look like. Okay. So that's what I just cut off. Now I'm going to grab this. The middle one right here is the one I'm going to do. Make sure I'm doing this right. There we go. So it's going to go like this. So I'm going to take my bone folder and score, and that's going to be an accordion. So the next line here is going to go back like this. And one thing I want to give you a tip on too, when you first fold it, make sure that this is straight here, because sometimes the score line might be off a little bit. So make sure that's straight, and I could tell it was, but I just forgot to mention that. So that was all straight. This still looks straight. Now I'm going to do this one, and that's still straight along there. And then the last one goes back like so. So that's where the cascading part goes. It's got this nice little zigzag right here, and they look like pleats too. So that's the main part. That's the card base that you have to do. Everything else just goes together pretty easy. So I'm going to grab this piece here. This one is Peach Pie again. It is 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. Like I said, I will put these sizes on that blog post. It'll pop up by Saturday. I'm going to grab, oh, I don't want this one. I want this one. This one's got more in it. Now, the way this is going to go, this is going to go right in here. Okay. So I'm going to open this up. This is the one that I want to put 2 strips of adhesive all the way down. Get this going here. So on this pleat, it's going to go all the way down the edge. Then right here along the score line. Over here on the, oop, I kind of got off a little bit. There we go. So hopefully you can see, oh, there you go. So I just put it right along here, bring this piece in, and it's just, I'm going to actually fold this up a little bit too, because you can, if you go too far over the score line, then it doesn't want to fold later. So I'm going to kind of pop that up, get this all lined up, because this corner should meet with the point up here and this corner at the bottom of the card. And then make sure it looks straight right across here. It's off just a little bit. That looks good. Push that down once you've got it where you want it. So we've got that layer. Oh, I can't get a hold of this. Hold on a sec. There we go. I'm trying to keep my piles situated. This is the top piece. It's a 4 by 2 3/4. And it's going to go on this top one right here. Now this one, I'm going to go ahead and open it up because I know it's just this one that doesn't have an angle on it. Because I'm nervous with this being short and straight that I might get some glue up here. Got that ready. So I did it just the same. And this one will line up perfectly with this one. At least it should line up perfectly. There we go. And now it looks good. So I'm going to push it down. So that is the base. So just that's the way it opens. You've got the different sizes, and it's going to look a lot better once we start decorating it. But that is the gist for the Fun Fold card. Like I said, I'll make sure I get the directions to you there on that blog post. Okay, I'm going to start decorating the top layer first. Oh, you know what? I want to show you. Normally, I would have cut this ahead of time, but I want to show you how I did it in case you want to make this exact card sometime. So I just grabbed this 6 by 6 from that Lily Pond lane and bring this in. I want this bottom area right here to be on the front of my card right here. And it needs to be 3 3/4 by 2 1/2. Make sure that is right, because that doesn't sound right. Let me look at my, oh, that's right. So 3 3/4 by 2 1/2. So the 2 1/2 mark is here. So I'm going to line this bottom part up at 2 1/2 and cut. And then this is the side I want. So I'm going to turn it upside down. I'm going to line it up at 3 3/4. I'm being super careful because this is the last of this piece that I have, and I don't want to mess it up. There we go. So that's what is here. This can be used for something else. I'm going to put that over to the side. Then I'm going to bring this piece back in, and I need this one to be 4 1/4 by 3. So I'm going to turn it this way because this is, I want this bottom part here. The sky, I'm fine cutting that off. So I'm going to line this up at 3 inches. And then this is the side I want. So turn it upside down again. And like I said, this one needs to be 4 1/4. So I'm going to line it up at 4 1/4. And that's going to be for my middle panel. So that's how you want to cut that if you want to make this exact card. That over with my stuff. Okay. But I want to keep this one because I need that one for the layer I'm doing right now. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my card. I'm going to turn this one over. I'm going to attach it right to the middle of this front section. Get some adhesive on here. And put it right here in the center. Okay. And now I'm going to start doing some stamping. I'm going to bring in a piece of basic white. This one is a 4 1/4 by 2. And this is a photopolymer stamp set. So I need to grab I don't think I need the paper. I need my Stampin' Pierce mat. I'm going to stamp this guy with my Tuxedo Black Memento. Now, this ink pad is not on sale. It's only the ones that are Stampin' Up. This is a third-party brand. So this one is not on sale. Go ahead and put this one over here. And I think I'm going to go ahead and just do all the outline ones. Here's the other one that faces the other direction. That memento on this one. I'm going to put this one all the way over here because I'm going to put, it really doesn't matter. I'm going to put the little duck down here, their baby. And that would be this one. But I just get all the stamping with the memento out of the way. So I put that away. And he's going to go right there. I'm making them plenty far. They're far enough away from each other. I'll be able to die cut them all at the same time. Now I'm going to take this one. This is the one that fills in part of the duck for coloring. And this one I'm going to have it. He's going to be the male. So he's a mallard. Let's see. Crystal says, this is the gold I used for hubby's work Christmas cards. He does machine maintenance, so I made them toolboxes. Oh, with the fold. Okay. I bet that's neat. I bet that looks neat. If you put a picture up, I'm not seeing it. I will come back and look at it. It's not showing up on my end right now, but I'll go to Facebook later and see it. Okay, so this one, I'm using the Granny Apple Green. I'm kind of looking at all the little sections. Looks pretty good. I'm just hovering over it to make sure, see if I'm lining it up. Then bring it down. Always hold it down a few seconds. There we go. Now I am going to do some coloring, but that kind of helped do some of the coloring for me quicker. And then I'm going to grab, might as well leave that open because I'll be using it, the peach pie. And in the set, it actually has 2 stamps that will do the beak and the feet. So you just make sure they both go opposite directions. So just make sure you get the one where the beak's going the right direction and the feet are going the right direction. Then you know you've got the right one. Now this little middle section here that keeps them together, it does get a little ink. I'm tapping on this to get as little ink on that center section as I can. Then I'll line up the beak and the feet like so. I just didn't push down super, super hard. But actually, I pushed down normal and I didn't get any ink there, so that's good. So that is ready. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the little guy. He's only got one little thing to start coloring him in a little bit. I'm going to grab the gray granite. Okay, I can't put it on this chat. That works. I thought maybe that's what you were saying. If it doesn't work, that's okay. So this one just kind of lines up. This one kind of colors a little funny, but it still looks good once I get my Stampin' Blends and finish him up. But there he is there. And I still need the gray granite for Mama. So this is for her. And I will get her filled in. This one fills in a lot of her, but I'm still going to add some color to it. There we go. Ooh, that didn't do very well. You know what? I'm going to try that again. Let's get the memento out. It's good to have two sides to paper. Make sure I put it on the right side, down here on the same side, because I want to still be able to die cut the other two because they were in good shape. So I made sure that's definitely it. That's the one bad thing about the camera and my microphone. I might have to put this down to me just a little bit more, because it was very hard to see because of my camera. I'm at a different angle, so hopefully this will get it. It was so much easier to line up at my desk. Okay, I think I got it better that time. Oh, yeah. So don't be intimidated because it takes me a long time. I'm at a weird angle, so it's hard for me to see what I'm doing. Okay, now I'm going to get make sure I've got the right one. Yep, the beak's going the right way. So I'm going to ink this up. I'm just tapping it to get a little bit of ink. Ooh, that time I didn't get any on the middle section. Get that beak and the feet in. There we go. And that is all the stamping for the ducks. I'm going to go ahead and close these for right now. And then I'm going to color them in, because you could definitely stop there, but I wanted more color to my ducks. So I'm going to grab the Pretty in Pink. And it really doesn't matter which one. There's not a lot that I'm going to get this out of the way. And put a little bit right here. And maybe a little bit here on these lines. And then I might fill in the rest of it with a light. Maybe put a bit right here. Okay. Oh, I missed a section, so I'll go ahead and finish that way. Now I'm going to use Granny Apple Green. Wherever I see some of these black lines on the white area, I'm going to use the dark. So there's a little bit right here. Just put a little bit right there, little scribbles, and then a little bit right here. Okay. And then I will color in the white areas. Now, there are little dots here in the gray granite. I'm going to leave them gray. White, I mean. But you can add color to that if you want to. I think that just kind of makes little highlights to the duck. And I'm going over the dark area of the Granny Apple Green again with my light Granny Apple Green to blend those together. Okay, she's all done. So doesn't she look better with a little bit of color? Okay, I'm going to turn this over and we'll finish these other two. The little guy, I'm going to take a little bit of the Balmy Blue. And I'm just going to use the light Balmy Blue, I think. I'm not going to worry about he's so little, it's hard to do much with him. So I'm going to do that with the Balmy Blue. And then I think I'm going to do the Granny Apple Green for the rest of him. He does have some little dots, so I think I'm going to use my dark. It's really hard to tell. I have to read the side to make sure I got the dark one. Just put a couple little dots there. And then use the rest with my light. Oh, yeah, he's got a little stamp for his feet, too. Let me get that out. I'd forgotten that. Actually, with him, it's probably, I don't have my peach pie out Stampin' Blends. You could just color those in, too. But since I don't have that over here, I'm going to grab it. He's got really little beak and feet. I want to make sure I showed you how you could do the two-step. Okay, so line his beak up. I didn't bring my Stampin' Pierce mat over, but I think I'll be all right. I think I got it. Oh, not too bad. So there, he's all ready. Now I'm going to finish this guy. I'm going to grab Balmy Blue and his chest. I'm going to put a little bit of dark Balmy Blue here. And then the rest of this little section I'm going to do with a light. Like so. Then I'm going, actually, let me look. Oh, I put a little bit of blue here too. He's got a couple little white sections right there. There we go. And then I'm going to grab gray granite, do the dark gray granite, a couple little dark areas here and a little bit right there. And then color the rest of this section in. There we go. So it doesn't take long to color them in, especially when you stamp all that extra stuff. Okay, now one thing I forgot to do when I did my original card, I didn't do his little thing here. So I think I'm just going to do Let's do the dark gray granite and just put that across there. You can use whatever color you want, or you can just leave it white. Okay, now they are all done. I'm going to bring in, I think that's all the, yes, that's all I need to stamp for die before doing die cutting. So I'm going to grab my die cutting machine here. There we go. It's all ready for die cutting. So I've got the base platform, the die plate, and a standard cutting plate. Oop, wrong one. I want my clear one to be on top so I can see better. Grab these. Since I can only do 2, since the other one's on the other side, I'll get them lined up. Make sure you fill in the duck completely in the die, opening of the die. Oops. Here's my little one. Now this little one, he likes to move a little bit, so I'm going to be real careful. I think 1 piece of tape is fine because he's small, but I want to make sure I definitely get tape in that middle section there because he moved on me when the first time I got ready to die cut when I made this card yesterday. Don't want him to move tonight. I think I got him good. Run this through. Okay. But these decks are adorable. This is the first card I've used with this set. Oh, hi, Melissa. I show a bunch of cards at the beginning, too, if you want to take a look at those. So, yeah. So, there's my little guy. Isn't he adorable? He's tiny. And we've got Papa. He's right there. He looks handsome. And now we'll turn this over. Oop, I cut off her. I think we'll still be good. I had a bad feeling that might happen. But I'm going to make it work. So, I'll put her right here. Oh, I did. Yeah, she's going to look fine, though. Wish I hadn't messed up the stamping at the beginning. It would have been just fine. Okay, grab my... There it is. It's almost hard to see this when you lay it on something because you can see right through it. Get this. And I've got one more thing I need to die cut. Oops. I think I'm going to let's take a look at her beak. Oh, that's not too bad. I might trim it up a little bit with some scissors, but I think it's good. Okay, now I'm going to show you these. These 2 here were die cut with this one die right here. So this does 2 separate of these plants. These pussy willows, or I can't remember what these are called. There we go. But I didn't want to keep these top parts green. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab a piece of peach pie. Normally you see these kind of with brown on top, but if you look at the DSP, they've got them in peach pie. So what I'm going to do, this is a 2 by 1 3/4 inch piece of peach pie. And I just want to make sure that these sections here are in that cardstock. So I made it a little bigger than it needed to be, but that's fine. There we go. That looks good. I'm not going to worry about putting tape down. I just need to make sure those stay on the cardstock. Run this through. Cattails. Thank you, Crystal. I knew that didn't sound right. I had been racking my brain and I didn't get a chance to Google it today. Cattails. That's it. Can't believe I forget things a lot anymore. Okay. Especially during lives. Okay, so we'll be cutting that off here in just a minute, but there's one there. Some of these are in the die. Sometimes you can just do this and they'll come out. There's 2 more that came out. There should be a total of 4. And looks like one's not wanting to come out. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab my take your pick tool. I can see a little, oop, it fell out. But if it didn't, that's what these little holes are for. You just push them out and they'll come out. So there's our 4. I put this in my trash. And that's all the die cutting I need to do tonight. So I can put this all away if I can get hold of that piece. There we go. Oh yeah, thanks, Marv. I saw you just popped up cattails too. I need all the help I can get when I'm doing lives. Okay. I'm thinking cards and I can't think of names of things sometimes. Okay, now I'm going to grab my silicone mat here. I'm going to bring these in and I'm going to cut them off real quick. So I'll grab my paper snips. Where did I put those? Well, I'll grab oh, I put them both in there. Okay. Now this one, there is a little top to them. Hopefully that'll focus here, but there's a little top I do not want to cut off. This bottom part is the stem. So I'm going to cut that off. We've got this one. This one. And then this one. Now you're probably thinking, okay, now how do you know which one to put them on? I figured that out. Because at one time I thought, oh, maybe I need to keep the leaves on so I can remember which one goes where, because they're all a little bit different. So, and oh, thanks, Marva, for sharing my video. I appreciate that a lot. Yeah, isn't this a cute bundle, Lynn? I really like it a lot. This is the first card I've ever made with it. I almost didn't. This is another one of those bundles I almost didn't get, and I'm glad I did. It's really adorable. Okay, so I'm going to bring these in now. If I'm going to see if I can get this close so you can see it. Hopefully it'll zero in on it. It may not. Oh, there, that's pretty good. See how they have little dots on the cattails? Well, this one down here, the short one only has 2, and this one has 3 dots, or 3 little pokes in it. So this one has 2, this one has 3, and they're both exactly the same. These actually are exactly the same. So I'm going to look. So for these 2 bottom ones, I just want the one that has the 2 little dots that are by themselves. So this one has 2 little dots by itself. So I'm going to turn it over, put a little bit of glue on here, just a little bit. I think I got a little too much, so use my, there, take some off, and that'll just peel off as soon as it's dry. So there's my 2 dots. Ooh, I did it on the wrong side. Oh no, it's just upside down. There we go. I knew I did it right. Okay, there we go. Line it up on that green one. So you're covering up that green part. Hold it down with some pressure. That's on good. Okay, this one's got just 2 dots. So this is going to go on the bottom of the other one. Put a little bit of glue. Make sure that little section right here is sticking up. That was my problem last time. The bottom needs to not have that little tail that's on the top of the cattail. That's probably why they're called cattails. So hold this down. Hi, Mary Pat. Glad you got to make it. Okay, so now I know these last 2 will go on these since they're exactly the same. And the way to see if it's the right side or the back side, one looks smoother, one looks a little rough. The rough, of course, would be the back side. Okay, because it cuts a little smoother from the front. So I'm going to put this one down. Get it right in place. And the nice thing with the glue, you could do this with glue dots, but it's a little easier with the glue because while it's still wet, you can kind of scoot it a little bit if you don't get it right in place. With a glue dot, there's no give to it. So I was able to scoot that over a little bit while it was still wet. Once you've pushed it down and put the pressure on it, it's not going to go anywhere. Turn this one over, the last one. So this is another card that was just fun to start decorating. I just kept adding things until I liked the way it looked. Get this one lined up. That looks pretty good. So now put the pressure on it. There we go. Now my cattails are ready. And actually, I do want to bring this back in. I'm going to bring, doesn't matter which one. I'm going to put a little glue here. The back of these, this long leaf, and maybe a little bit on the tops of these little ones. And then this big section down here. When I first did it, I didn't put any on these smaller leaves, and they kind of started getting bent whenever I touched the card, and I don't want them to get torn up. So now this one is going to go. We're kind of covering this up. I kind of wanted them to be sticking up a little more, so that's why I'm using the die cuts. I'm going to angle it just a little bit. Hold it down. Get that pressure on there so it sticks good. There we go. That one was coming up again, so I had to put more pressure on it. And get some glue on this one. Definitely make sure that you do that big leaf and then just put a couple little dots on the narrow leaf. Hold of it. I'm trying not to get glue on my fingers, but that's about impossible. Now this one, I'm going to kind of line up the V down here together, but this one is going to be a little straighter. And I really don't want the leaves to come over the fold, but I'm okay with it getting on the peach pie part of the card. Then you hold this down, get it stuck real good. There we go. Now I've got a neat little cattail. I think that looks cool. Okay, now I'm done with the glue. I'm going to bring in my little ducks. The 2 adult ducks are going to get put on with dimensionals, and I'm just going to use seal on my little guy. I'm going to go ahead and turn these over. I'm going to try to fix that beak a little bit. I forgot about that. This one needs a little surgery since I messed up. Oh, that doesn't look too bad. Taking that little part off. There we go. Okay, so now I'll turn her over. Get my dimensionals. Oh, there we go. Put one right here. Another one there. Nah, that one's a little too big for the head, so I'll bring it down here. And here now, I could cut some of these here, but since I've got my minis, I'm going to go ahead and grab my minis. Put a little one on the head, each head. Well, yeah, go ahead and do it on this head too. And then I want to put some here so the legs are supported too, or the feet are supported. Okay, that should be plenty. All right, push those down so those are attached really good. I think I'm going to put my lady on first. She's going to be on the right side. Actually, take that back. I want to put him on first. So we'll go ahead and take the paper backings off of him too, so they're both ready. He is going to go over the cattails just a little bit. I like that. I'm just laying him down for right now because I want to see where she's going to go. And if you noticed, I did not put a dimensional here on the tail. I learned that the hard way. It's going to be hanging off a little bit, and I don't want that dimensional to be hanging off. So I'm okay with the little bit of her tail hanging over the edge of this layer. But see, no dimensional there, so I'm good. So go ahead and put her down. And then this little guy, I'm going to grab this again. You could use glue dots if you want to. I think I'm just going to use my seal. Or I could use the multi-purpose glue again too. And then he's just going to go right here in between his parents. And I have one more thing, a couple more things to stamp actually. Let me grab this again. I need to grab a piece of basic white. This is 2 by 1/2 inch. And I'm going to use the happy birthday greeting. I'm going to stamp it with the peach pie ink pad. Like so. And it's just going to go right here in the middle. And because this is kind of small, I don't want to lose it. So I'm going to turn it over, put some seal on it, and just put it right here on the front of the card. And I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to line it up with the edge of the DSP. Like so. That looks good. So that's what the bottom layer looks, or the top layer, I mean, looks like. I will be putting some embellishments on here in a minute, but I'm going to do that here when I'm done with everything else. One more thing I need to stamp, so I might as well get that done. Here is a circle. This is from the Spotlight on Nature. This is actually a bundle that's available. I'm only using the dies, but I thought I'd show you. I did this at class a few months ago too. Well, I'm getting out of screen. Sorry about that. Keep thinking I'm up far enough. But these are ones I love, all the different circles. So there are 3 different edges. So if there's this one here, and this one, and they come in different sizes. And those were all colored in with Stampin' Blends. And that was the painted or perennial lavender DSP, and that's on sale too. So you can, there's the die set in the bundle. And then you get 2 sheets of dies. And each layer is the same size, but they have some different patterns. So I'm doing the number 2 die, which this number 1 is the smallest. I wanted the one that had this design. So that's the one I picked out. And it looks like, well, you can't, yeah, that looks better. But this is what the circle looks like after you die cut it. Okay. So that's the Spotlight on Nature. And that one is one of the ones on sale. I'm going to grab the one that says, have a lovely day. I'm going to use peach pie with this one too. And stamp it in the middle. There we go. Perfect. It's nice having the photopolymer. You can line it up since you can see through it. I'm going to put that to the side. This is going to be the middle layer. This is a piece of Granny Apple Green that is 4.5 by 3 1/4 inches. And this is that DSP that I cut out a minute ago. I showed you how to do it. 4 1/4 by 3. It came out of that same sheet that's behind that one. So this one's just going to go right here in the center. Like so. Now, when I originally did this one, I had forgotten something. So I want to make sure I tell you so you don't make the same mistake if you substitute with something else. When I put this in, I had originally stamped the have a lovely day up here. But then when I put this down, you can see a partial of it up here was kind of showing, and I didn't want that to happen. So I had to take that off. So this is what you want to do. You want to make sure that your greeting, if you put a greeting in this middle section, you definitely don't have to. Make sure that it's going to be covered up because you just want to see the DSP on the outside. So you could put this on with dimensionals, but I've already got some here, and this is kind of a thick card. You probably, if you mail it, you might have to put extra postage on it because it is a little bit thicker. I didn't check that out, but I definitely don't want to put any more dimensionals on the inside layers. So I'm just going to put this one here on the left side, kind of in the middle, up and down. I'm not going to put it down all the way yet to make sure that it's not showing. So this is going to go right here. That looks good. So I'm going to push it down the rest of the way. And this one will just go on the middle layer. Yeah, most of the work is done by making the card base and then decorating your front. The last 2 layers don't take that long. Put that there. And I thought that looked so good because you can still see some pussy willows. I don't know why I keep cattails right over here. So that's it so far, but we've got this one last layer. We want to put something in there. So I'm grabbing a piece of that Lily Pond Lane DSP. This is a 5 1/4 by 4 inch. And this one's just going to go right in the center of that bottom layer. Like so. This one I thought it was better to put one that had just had a pattern and not just a scene, because that kind of fills that in a little better. I like that look. Now, I did want to have a place to be able to write a sentiment. So this is what this is going to be. This is Granny Apple Green. Oh, thanks, Anne. I'm glad you're liking it. This one is Granny Apple Green. That's 3 3/4 by 2 1/2. And this is a piece of basic white that's 3 1/2 by 2 1/4. And I just remembered I did stamp something on this one. I totally forgot. There's a cute little frog in here. Grab the 2 for that one. So I need my memento pad again. I almost forgot to do this. On my fall card that I'll show you here in a minute, I didn't stamp anything on the inside because there wasn't an image in the stamp set small enough. But I thought I'm going to put this little guy right there. Isn't he cute? You could leave him that way, but he's got a little section to color him in too. So I'm going to grab my Granny Apple Green. And this does color in most of them. It doesn't do his tummy, so I will be doing that here in a minute. Once again, everything's in the way. I think I got it. Oh, yeah. And I'm going to take the light Granny Apple Green only. The dark one, it would make those 2 shades the exact same color. Make sure I've got the light one in my hand. Yep. And I'm just going to do this with 1 layer of the Stampin' Blend of the light, and it will lighten up. Right now, it kind of looks like the same color, but it will lighten up here in a minute. Then I didn't want to do another green thing here. I could have done Pretty Peacock. That's another color, but that color is Actually, it is in this one. But I didn't want to bring out another Stampin' Blimp. So you could definitely do this with the Pretty Peacock. But I decided to use Pretty in Pink this time. I'm going to take since the cattails usually aren't peach color or pink because they've got pink in there too, I thought we don't have to make it the lifelike. It can be cartoony or something. There we go. This is a fancy lily pad. So I did the dark Pretty in Pink on the lines, and then I'm going to do the rest of it with a light Pretty in Pink. There we go. And then this, now that he's all stamped and done, this is going to go in the center of that Granny Apple Green piece. Let's see, Crystal likes the paper layout. Thanks. I'm glad you're liking the card. I had fun doing this one. There we go. So now this one, I made it small enough that it's not going to show from the outside when it's all closed. I want to put it right here in the center. If you need something bigger, then I would suggest putting it maybe down a little bit like so, if you want more area to write something down. But for this size, I'm putting it right in the middle. Ends up working perfect. I'm still not going to push it down all the way just in case I didn't get it placed just right. That looks good. I'm going to push that down. So there is the inside of the card. So that, oh, wait a minute. I wanted to put these things on. I hadn't used my Dappled dots. This is in the, all of this stuff, the paper, the bundle, and this are all part of the Lily Pond Lane suite that's in the annual catalog. Now the embellishments are not on sale, but I wanted to use the Pretty and Pink ones. Any of these would work. These are, so there's large and small, gray granite, Pretty and Pink, and peach pie. I almost did peach pie, but I thought there's so much peach pie on here, and there's just a little bit of the Pretty and Pink. So that's what I wanted to do. So I'm going to grab a large Pretty and Pink one, if I can get hold of it. I'm going to put it right here. And you could, I almost didn't put any embellishments. You could also just not put any on it, and it's still going to look adorable. Put one there. Another small one down here. Now it's done. Oh, thanks, Robin. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, this fun fold, it's a neat fun fold, and it's not that hard. And like I said, I'll probably just write a little tutorial, and I'll put it in the blog post on Saturday for you. So I'll get that written up. And I'll also do, when I told you I have a fall one, first I will show you, well, no, I'll show you the card first. So there is my cute duck one. I want to make sure I used a bundle and some paper that's in the annual catalog on sale. This one is part of the online exclusives. This is Changing Leaves bundle. So this is my fall one, and the DSP, this is not on sale. This is a Splendid Autumn, and it's in the September to December mini catalog. So that's the one I made with the fall. So this one says thank you, opens up to this, and this time I put it over here, but I made sure that it didn't go too far to the right. But I thought this was a neat way to use that DSP. So this, and this is done with the fall Leaf Fall 3D embossing folder on the very vanilla part. I think that looks really cool. So this one really showcases that DSP. And with this one, I wanted to have more of the texture, so I used the back of one of the sheets rather than one of the fall scenes, and then put the center right there. So that just gives it a neat little texture background in the background. So that's the fall one with the same Cascading Pleats fun fold. And I'll show you the bundle real quick, because this one includes a hybrid embossing folder. So like I said, this one is not on sale. But the way these work, in case you haven't used them before, it's got one sheet. Oh, and also too, if you haven't bought anything from Stampin' Up before, these magnet sheets, I bought these separate. These do come in the envelope, which I don't have handy. There's a plastic envelope, nice envelope that these come in, and the dies are on a cardboard sheet, like a real thin cardboard sheet. And then I put them on magnet sheets later. Oh, thanks, Karen. I didn't see you on here earlier. I'm glad you liked it. Okay. Oh, and thanks, Anne. I'm glad you liked the fall one too. This big one right here, actually, I'll put this one over here. Those are just separate dies. Actually, these do not die cut anything in the stamp set. I thought, oh, yeah, I did bring this underneath it. These here can be die cut from this great big one right here. Oops, out of the screen again. This great big one right here. So when you want to emboss these, because I don't know if you can see this, yeah, there you go. The cherry cobbler one here. This one, I measured like a square piece. I can't remember what size, just enough to cover up this leaf right here. This will go wherever the Stampin' Up! Emblem is. You find where the Stampin' Up! Emblem is. Put this down, blade up. In this middle section here, this will actually just kind of move it around until it locks into place. You kind of feel it fit in. There we go. Because now that I've got it down, I can scoot it around and it's not moving on me. It's kind of not totally locked in, but it kind of goes in a little groove. Then I would put my little square piece. You could, if you want to do all of them, just do one great big piece to do all of them. But I did a big enough piece that would go around this piece, this leaf here, because that's the only one I wanted. Then I put this over it. You run it through the Stampin' cut machine. You just need the base platform, and I forgot to grab the gray plate. It's called the specialty plate. So you do this, pretend like there's paper in here, put this down, put that gray plate on top, and then you run it through your machine, and it will emboss and die cut it at the exact same time. So that's how I got that one textured. So this one is the changing leaf bundle. I'm going to hurry up and get this back on my magnet so I don't lose it. But that's how the hybrid folders work. They all work the same. You find the emblem where the Stampin' Up! Logo is, and then that's where the die gets locked in the center. So those hybrid folders are really fun. And whenever it says hybrid folder, it's not just the folder. Like I think this one's 40. Yeah. If you only get the hybrid folder for $40, it comes with the embossing folder and the dies. So it's not just a folder. The name's kind of deceiving. And then there's the stamp set that goes along with it. Okay. So that is it for making cards tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed them. I'm going to bring these back out again. So hope you liked that. I see some of you that came on later putting your hashtag door prize on. Oh, thanks, Becky. I'm glad you like the cards. But this one, it does look intimidating. But then when you look, I might even do a little picture. We'll see. I'm brainstorming how I'm going to do the tutorial. But you can watch the video. I'll give you all the sizes and everything. That you can watch the video and do it with me, because I tried not to do it too fast. But it looks really hard to cut, and it really, really isn't. Sometimes with a picture, it's almost hard to do. So just watch the video, then it'll make it a little easier for you. Because now I've made 3 of these, and it's gotten a lot easier. Oh, Robin, you like the autumn card? I do too. That's the one you saw me make over at the crop. So yeah, I really like how, and that's right. I didn't quite finish it up. So yeah, that's the finished product. That's right. I've forgotten. I had to didn't have time to put the rest of it together. We had to get home. So let's see. I think what I'm going to do, let me think here. Picking which one I'm going to do for the door prize. I think I'll do this one's going to be the door prize for everybody watching live here tonight. So let me get that up. So if you do the hashtag door prize, first you have to live in the United States. And if you want to be in on drawing to get this card, do hashtag door prize, just like you see there on the screen. In between the quotes, don't do the little quote marks I've got there, but just do the hashtag door prize, all small letters, one word. You got to type it in just right, so the program will pick your comment out and put you in the drawing. So that'll be for this card, and I'll draw that here in just a minute, because there's always a delay, so I want to make sure everybody gets their hashtag door prize in. If you've already done it any time in the video, you're in the drawing, so you don't need to do it again. And then this one will be the one everybody that's watching live will get a chance to get this, and everybody that watches the replay. And I'll announce the winner for this in next week's live. And there will be a live next week. The following week will be Thanksgiving, so there won't be a live that week. But I'll be back again next week. So there's that. So that's the one for everybody that watches live and the replay that does hashtag door prize will get in the drawing for this one. Okay, now I can tell you about the thank you gifts, which I forgot to bring over. You know what? I could at least get the cards. Hold on just a second. Oh, there they are. I'm coming. I forgot I didn't have the cards right where I wanted them to be. Okay, here we go. So if you hear the cards, I got a big mess here. Don't need to see 2 of them, each one. There we go. These were the cards I made last week. in the card class at home. What I need to do, I will put this link down below in the video description on YouTube so you can see it. I forgot to change those. I usually do a couple suggestions of other videos you might like. But this is the Yuletide Village set. This is what I did last week. And if you place a $50 order using, let me grab this. I'll do here's the host code. And I'll put this ticker up again. So if you do the, use the host code, if it's a $50 order before shipping and tax, you will get the kits to make 2 each of the cards. And I even will give you a couple strips of the iridescent foil gems, I think is what they're called. And that's going to be enough for all 6 cards. So you'll be making 6 cards total. So it'll be 2 each of these. So that's a $50 order with the hashtag before shipping and tax. If you bump it up to a $125 order before shipping and tax, you will get the Wink of Stella. And I use the Wink of Stella on the snow on these, the trees, the roof, and those things. So if you don't have one of these, if you do $125 before shipping and tax with the host code, you also will get the Wink of Stella. If you do $250 order before shipping and or $275 order before shipping and tax, you will also with actually, if you get up to 200, I'll explain with the host code. I'll explain that here in a minute. You get these peppermints. These just became available today. They came in early. I've still got some in my stash. Hopefully they sell out so quick every time they get them. I didn't check here tonight. Hopefully they're still there. But if you place a $275 order before shipping and tax, you will also get these. You'll get all 3. Now, the way this works, if you place an order by the end of the sale, which is 11:59 p.m. Eastern time, Mountain time, I mean, I've got 2 bonus. You will get, if you do $75 in November, you will get the card kits plus, I think I put down 7 of my cards in my stash. If you do a $250, I can't remember. You have to look at my thank you gifts card. Then you will also get an embellishment pack from my stash if you place an order by the 11:59 p.m. Mountain time tomorrow. So those are the 2 bonus, my cards, extra cards, and also an embellishment pack. This one is throughout the whole month. So what I will do, if you even just place a $50 order tomorrow, if you've placed any other orders in November, I will add those orders together on December 1st. All the orders that you place using the host code in November, I will add those up before shipping and tax, and that will determine what you get for free. So say you place a $50 order tomorrow, but then in December, I add everything up and it comes to $250. Okay. That will mean that you will get the card kits, the Wink of Stella, and you'll get my bonus 7 cards and my bonus embellishment pack. If you got it all the way up to the $275 total before shipping and tax, then you will also get this added on. So that's how that works. So you don't have to do it all at one time. I add all of your orders up in November before shipping and tax, and that determines what you get. So a little picture will show up here at the end of the video that explains what each gift is, but just go to that thank you. I don't think I put the bonus on there though. So do click on that thank you gifts link and that will give you all the information. I did not come prepared on that tonight. Sorry about that. So, oh good. Crystal said the peppermints are still available right now. So that's good. So I think everybody's got their hashtag door prize in by now. We didn't have quite as many come on tonight, so we may not have as, but you might have a better chance at winning the card. So let's see here and put these to the side. I said it was going to be the fall card tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and, oh, thanks, Crystal. She did a good deal. Okay. I'm going to grab my raffle. I'm going to count to 3 and we'll see who's going to win. I'll make sure I've got all set up right. I do. So this is going to be the winner. Everybody that did hashtag door prize here tonight during the live. Oh, I forgot to do the 3. There we go. And I got to do the crowd cheering. Hold on. I was a little late on the crowd cheering. Congratulations, Anne. I can't remember if you have won. If you have, then I do have your address because I save everybody's addresses after they've won. If you have not won before, please, you're on YouTube. Yeah, on YouTube. Just look down the video description, click that contact me link, and you can give me your mailing address. So congratulations, Anne. Go ahead and get rid of this. If you have one before, it has been a long time ago. So congratulations. You're welcome. You watch almost every single week. Congratulations. I'm glad you won. Okay, so next week will be the drawing for this one. And those of you that are watching the replay, you have until noon Eastern time next Thursday, which will be November 21st, to get your hashtag door prize in. Okay, well, that is it, guys. Oops, I was going to put it back on me, but my head's chopped off. Bring that camera back down. There we go. I'm still doing it. Always have to prop that camera up so I can see your comments. Okay. Just looking to make sure if I missed any of your comments, I will look at them later. I read them this morning. Thankfully, nobody from last week and nobody had any questions that I didn't answer during the video. So that's good. But if I missed any, I'll look them all over. I've got a little full day tomorrow, Saturday. My husband and son are going off hunting, so I'll have time to do some stuff. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Whenever I do just one card, it goes a little faster. So you got a little earlier night to relax before you go to bed tonight. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll be back again next Thursday. And hopefully have some other videos throughout the week. We'll see. See you later, guys. Bye.